What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now, I'm on my way to pick up the stars of today's show, which if you clicked on this video for the title or the thumbnail, you already know who the stars of today's show are. Those juicy crawfish. Those things are going to be delicious. It was probably June of last year that we did our last boil, so I'm definitely due for some. Definitely can already taste those jokers right now. Definitely looking forward to it. But before we get to rolling on this one, I do have a couple quick housekeeping notes. If you saw my last video, the Angry Karen video, I do want to issue a public apology to that guy's wife and daughter, and to him also. I'm glad they discovered my video and called me on my BS and made me realize that I was in the wrong for doing some stuff that I did on that one. I shouldn't have shown the guy's face. And also, as his daughter pointed out, in the part where the guy at the end is telling me the stories about the guy, there was one part where he said his name. I definitely shouldn't have left that in there, should have clipped that out. I genuinely am sorry though. But like I told his daughter, since he doesn't have social media, since he doesn't do YouTube, Facebook, or any of that, I'm actually, the next time that I'm at the dam and that I see him down there, I'm going to apologize to him in person. Hopefully he accepts the apology. I mean, he doesn't have to. Now, granted, I am apologizing to his family in this video, although they may never see this video unless somebody sees it and forwards it to them or something. I don't know. They may see it, but I'm hoping that they do. I mean, just so they can see that this really is a sincere apology. I mean, I really didn't mean any harm at the time. I didn't think I was causing any harm. But gladly they saw it, brought me to my senses, made me realize that there were some things that needed changing. All right, now all of that aside and back to this video, we're gonna get these crawfish picked up, and we got a new burner at the house that Gas One sent us to try out for this video. We're gonna get back to the house, get them cooked up. And as always, if you're enjoying the content that I've been putting out, make sure to smash that like button. And also, if you would please consider subscribing to the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. But y'all stay tuned, we'll see how it turns out. All right, y'all, we got them home and here in the cooler. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get these bad boys cut open and get them dumped out in here so we can start cleaning them. Oh yeah, them's gonna be good here in a little while once they get them a good little cold water bath and get rinsed off real good. Then they do them a little bit of time in the hot tub. Now the way that I clean my crawfish, I actually take, and my cooler's got a little fitting right there, and I'll take one of these little 3/4 by 3/4 swivel adapters you can pick up at Lowe's. I'll put a link for it down in the description in case any of y'all want to do it this way. Yeah, I'll just use this thing to attach it to the hose and then attach that to that fitting right there. Let the water run up through them, stir them around a little bit, dump it a few times. Just keep repeating that process until the water starts running clear. And at that point, they're ready to go in the bowl. Now, some people use salt to purge them, but I mean, salt purging is a myth. I don't do that. I just use fresh water, and that's it. I've got that water running in from the bottom, and it's done filled on up on them. Y'all see how nasty that water is, though. I mean, it's gonna need a good few rinsings for it ready to boil. We don't want to be eating all that nastiness. Oh, we got a couple escapees. Can't be having all that now. All right, y'all, we got our table full of fixings here. And we are getting ready to go because our crawfish are good and rinsed off good and clean. We done resacked them again to make it easier to put them over into the pot once we get to going. Y'all don't mind the pot because it's just a little bit dirty because it sat on the back porch for a little while. Now I took this thing, scrubbed it with some daggum Dawn dishwash, pressure washed it, did all kind of crap to it, and a lot of that old corrosion won't come off. Just it's gonna be all right though. We're gonna get that water good and hot, and it's gonna take care of whatever may be left that might hurt us. All right, now we're gonna get our propane turned on and get the Gas One burner flamed up and ready to go. This thing's supposed to be 200,000 BTUs, so it ought to really get it going. That Loco that I used back last year, I mean, it was only rated for like 150,000 BTUs, so this thing really ought to get it up to a boil a lot faster. We have ignition. Now we're gonna crank her on up, try to get us a boil going. All right, we got it fired up. We're gonna let it come to a boil now. Gonna get the top on it to help it get up temperature a little bit quicker. Y'all stay tuned, we'll get the stuff added here in a minute. All right, now we got that water warming on up now. We're gonna go ahead and get these seasonings popped open and get them in there. For this first batch with the fixings, ooh, don't do that. Don't do what I just did, don't spill it everywhere. For this first batch with the fixings and shrimp, I'm just gonna use 1 sack of the Louisiana shrimp and crab boil. That put down in there. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of this Cajun 2-step fire in there. Probably gonna put about 1/4 of the container, so I ain't gonna put too much. I ain't gonna go too crazy with it right now. And then I'm gonna put about 8 ounces of Louisiana shrimp and crab boil concentrate in there. This is a 16-ounce bottle, so I'm gonna put half of it in there. roughly about half or so. We're gonna save the rest for the batch of crawfish. Now I ain't got a paddle this year, so I'm having to make do. I just got a little 1x2, but shoot, it works perfect. Get down in there and stir it up just as good as a daggum paddle will. Fits right under my lid too. All right, y'all, before we go any further, I'm gonna let my niece Carly, who, if y'all watched last year's video, y'all remember she was my taste tester last time for making sure that my spice in the first batch wasn't too much for the kids and everybody. So she's gonna taste it this time and let me know if we need to add anything else to it. It's gonna be spicy though, I bet. Need anything else, or is it good enough? Hot enough?
It's hot enough.
All right, y'all heard it. Hot enough. So we gonna go on and let this thing finish getting up to a boil. Shouldn't be too much longer. Once we see steam starting to roll out of that peephole, that'll mean it's time. All right, y'all, as y'all can see, we got some steam now. That means we got a rolling boil going up under there. Time to get to adding stuff. Y'all got to pardon the wild youngins. We got a whole herd of them. Y'all gonna hear them. It's gonna happen. All right, we're gonna go in with first. I've got a stick of butter and my lemons and some oranges right here. Get them added in. Now some folks will squeeze them in. I've seen videos where some folks will squeeze them in. I mean, ain't no use in all that. You can just dump the whole things in there. And I mean, that heat is gonna boil that juice out of them. Now I'm gonna take a second in this video, like my last one last year, to say that, I mean, y'all may see some things that I do differently, may see some ingredients I use that y'all may not. Y'all may use some ingredients that I don't. But at the end of the day, it's you and your family that's gonna be eating it. Whatever y'all like, whatever y'all enjoy, use that. I mean, I've heard of people using pineapples in them. I've heard of people dropping chickens down in it. But yeah, you do you. Add whatever you like to it. I ain't gonna say nothing about it. Put whatever you want to put in it. As long as you got what you like in it and you're having a good time, that's what matters. Now we're gonna get these potatoes added. Then I got these little bitty baby potatoes my sister picked up. So I mean, these things, they ain't gonna be able to cook very long at all. So since they're just barely, I mean, they're probably a quarter of the size of the potatoes I just threw in there. So I'm probably gonna let them go about 5 minutes and then add these little bitty baby ones in there. That way I don't turn them to mush. Now usually I would use full-size onions, but my sister wanted to get a bunch of baby stuff today. She got daggum baby onions too, so we're just gonna toss a couple handfuls of these in there. Just get a little bit of that onion flavor. I'm gonna get the top back on there. We're gonna let them go for probably about, say about 5 minutes or so. And then we'll check the tenderness on them and get them other real small ones added. All right, now it's been a couple minutes. We're gonna go on ahead and get the sausages and some sliced mushrooms going. I'm gonna save my full-size mushrooms for the batch I do the crawfish in. That way they're gonna soak a little bit longer and get a little bit more of that flavor. So I'm not gonna let this stuff soak for as long as I am the crawfish. All right, now it's been about 5 minutes or so, so we're gonna get these little bitty baby potatoes added. Get tossed in there. I'm gonna let it go a couple more minutes and I'm gonna put the shrimp in. All right, it's been about 2 minutes now since the little potatoes were added. So we're gonna go on ahead and we're gonna get some corn in there. I'm gonna splash myself. We're gonna go on ahead and get these shrimp added in there too. Now we're gonna let it go another 2 to 3 minutes or so. We're gonna kill the heat and that's gonna be it for that. All right, y'all, it's been another couple minutes. Now we're gonna get that flame killed and get a bag of ice added to it to stop the boiling process. It's hot.
Matt, now pour the ice first.
Yes, dump it in there.
No,
what are you doing?
I knew she was gonna do that.
What? Here's some more.
Now my sister called herself helping, and look what she did, y'all. Dumped the ice in the cooler instead of dumping it in the crawfish. All right, and I'm probably gonna let this batch soak for like 5 minutes or so. I'm not gonna let it go too long, because again, for the same reason that I'm doing it separate for the crawfish, I don't want it to get too spicy for the kids. We're gonna let it go about 5 minutes, just soaking. We'll get it in that cooler and have it ready for them to eat. All right, y'all, they've been soaking long enough now. We're gonna get them pulled, get them in the cooler. Usually I got gloves that I do this with, but I don't know where my gloves are, so we're gonna use these cute little things. All right, now we're gonna get this thing lit back up and get it back to a rolling boil so we can do the crawfish. Don't blow myself up. We got a little bit of rain starting to fall now too, so we're a little bit crunched for time, but we're gonna go on ahead and for the crawfish, we really want to take that spice level up a notch. Typically we do a larger bowl. I mean, we may do 2 or 3 sacks usually, but this time, I mean, this early in the season, crawfish are like daggum gold, way too expensive, so we only do 1 sack, and we're just gonna escalate things quickly. We're gonna add this this bag of Louisiana Cajun fire, and we're gonna go on ahead and we're gonna put the rest of that Louisiana shrimp and crab boil concentrate. Then we're gonna add some more of that Cajun 2-step fire. And we're gonna put a little bit of Old Bay in it too. Now typically I would put a whole bottle of Louisiana hot sauce, probably about an 8-ounce or so bottle of it in this. But shoot, I ran out of town and forgot to grab it, and we live so far away from town that, I mean, I wasn't gonna take a daggone hour of my time just to go back and get it. It's gonna be all right without it. And now we're gonna go on ahead and get the rest of our oranges and lemons added. And we're gonna get wet, it looks like. And last, before we shut that top and try to get it to a rolling boil again, we're gonna put our little baby onions. Now let's get the top back on and make it happen. All right, now we're up to a rolling boil now, and since this batch is only gonna be mushrooms, crawfish, and sausages, I'm gonna go on ahead and get the sausages and mushrooms added to it and get it back to a rolling boil. Well, actually with this burner, as hot as this gas 1 burner is, I'll tell y'all, it's quite a bit hotter than that Loco burner that I used last year. But this thing really gets stuff back up to a return boil in no time. That Loco, I mean, it took a little while. I ain't just bragging on the thing because they sent it to me. I mean, I genuinely mean this burner right here, it is putting out some heat. I mean, it's like that. It's got the stuff back up to a return boil. But I'm gonna get these sausages and these mushrooms thrown in, and we'll get them crawfish added in. I know in this batch we're going in with some of that Kaneka sausage and some mushrooms before we put the crawfish in. That Kaneka, this is a count. If y'all had never used Kaneka before in those crawfish bowls or grilling or whatever, Kaneka is my sausage choice. That's some good stuff right there. We're gonna let that go probably about 2 or 3 minutes or so. Then we'll come back and we'll get those crawfish added. All right, y'all, it's about that time to add these crawfish. The moment we all been waiting for. Now after I rinsed them off, I got most of them put back in the sack. I still got a few in the cooler that we got to dump in, but they are good and clean. Now they're gonna take their hot bath. We got some stragglers that ain't wanting to go in. Y'all ain't got a choice. Y'all's name is on the list today. Now let's get these guys stirred in there. Don't that look good, y'all? Y'all know it does. Looks delicious. I'm gonna get the old top added back on. All right, we're back to a boil now, so we're gonna let them go probably about another 2 or 3 minutes or so. We're gonna kill the heat and drop that ice in. We'll see y'all then. All right, y'all, time to get the ice added now. Let's go ahead and kill that heat. Get your old top off. Now, there are other methods of cooling them down. I've seen those ring things that folks use, but I've always just used ice. And I mean, especially when you're only doing 1 batch, you're not going to use enough ice to dilute that seasoning. It's not like you're going to be cooking more crawfish in that diluted water afterwards when you're only doing the 1 batch like this. So this will be more than sufficient. But now we're probably going to let them soak probably about 15 to 20 minutes or so, and then we'll pull one out, pull a couple out, let everybody taste them, make sure the spice level is right for everybody, and then it'll be feeding time. All right, y'all, we're getting one pulled, and we're going to let Mr. Cook let us know if they're ready to eat yet or not, if they're spicy enough, or if they need to keep on soaking a little bit. I'll let him be the honorary initial taste tester.
You always gotta suck that head.
No spice?
Mm-hmm.
Think they're ready to pull?
It's ready.
All right, we're gonna pull them, y'all. We're gonna pull them and get to feasting. Oh yeah.
That's hot. Yeah, outside.
The kids done heard the dinner bell. They over there, they into it already. 2 of them are anyway. I wonder where the whole rest of them are. Okay, baby.
That man don't want me.
That man didn't let you in the video? Dang. Oh, no. I know, since we're getting close to wrapping this one up, I'm going to thank my special assistants there, Mr. Cook, and his wife, my sister, Stephanie. And then Carly, obviously, the taste tester. The juice taste tester. I bet she won't get a sip of that juice. What? You trying to say you will? Let's see it.
Where's his spoon?
Hang on, y'all.
Where's his spoon?
Don't prove me wrong, y'all. She actually wants to taste it. It's gonna light her up though, because I dipped my finger in it. And that stuff is hot. Go on ahead though.
Go on first.
What? I'm a wuss. Or she's just trying to prove something.
Try the red stuff. Yeah.
Well, dang.
It's not burning my mouth on fire. Stephanie's dead. It's dead.
No, we clean our table off real good. It's just these kids have painted all over it over time, but it's clean and sanitized and good to eat off of. It ain't gonna hurt them. They've ate off of worse. They'll eat off the dirt if you give them a chance.
Yeah, just look at the bowl right there. No napkin and all, just.
Check that out. That's a good corn eating strategy. Cleaning that cob.
Yeah. Twisting it.
All right, can you give us a quick tutorial on how you eat that crawfish? How you do
Show
it?
us how you do it.
I'll do it. I'll just take it, open its tail up, like this right here. I push it in so that way it breaks this first little piece off. Pinch it right there at the bottom. Chew it. Pull the head.
Got some fire to it, huh?
It's fire.
All right, y'all, now that that's done, that's gonna be a wrap for this one. But if y'all wanna check out these Gas One burners and get y'all one, I'm gonna drop a link to them down in the description below. But I appreciate y'all watching. Hope y'all learned something. If y'all didn't learn nothing, I mean, I hope y'all enjoyed it anyway. I don't know. We'll see y'all next time.